You don't know to play for you?
You play the harmonium for that song.
Okay, play. Okay.
Yeah, okay. You don't know to play the harmonium for that song.
Om Bhagavat Vasudevaya Swaha. Idam Bhagavat Vasudevaya Idam Namah. Om Sri Ramadevaya Namah Swaha. Idam Sri Ramadevaya Namah. Om Narayana Namah Swaha. Idam Narayana Idam Namah.
Hey Shiva Shankara, Namami Shankara, Shiva Shankara Shambho.
Om Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Nirmitam Brahmastam Yudhikitadena Siddham Patigreham.
Thank you. यार करो जग का सारा हरि
loves you in the simplest of all forms, in that form of Oka.
First and foremost, let me say a humble pranam, sitaram to each and every one of you as we gather yet again into a beautiful Mandir. As we sit, forgetting all our worries and our problems, and we sit into this beautiful satsang this morning. And today, I want to say how wonderful it is that I see so many of you who have come out into satsang this beautiful morning to be and join us into this morning's puja. I want to say that this morning, I just want to say thank you all very, very greatly to come out and to be part of satsang. For every time we enter into satsang, my friends, it is a doing of our parts for the efforts that you have made to come to the home of Bhagwan. And for many of us, I'm sure at this time that there's so many of you who's permitting us to come into your homes at this particular time as well. And watching us in various platforms. It's available, Facebook, YouTube, and all of these various platforms, so that all of us can join together and glorify Bhagwan in the most privileged way possible to us. And I want to say to all of our friends who are watching us in various forms of Facebooks, that, my friends, at this point, I will also say to you, please press a little send on your Facebook page to friends and relatives so that they can all join to share in this beauty of Pravachan this morning, and all of us can glorify Bhagwan in such a motivated format that is full of energy. I must say, not just energy alone, but high energy. It is always, my friends, our pleasure and privilege to be in the company of all of you, those who are here and those who are watching us from a distance away. So on behalf of all of our team here at the Mandir, all of the devotees that is present here this morning, I want to take this opportunity to say, I want to welcome all of you to be part of our beautiful satsang. And so this morning, devotees, as you know, we have a whole list of birthday celebration that is happening here at the Mandir as well. This morning, I want to say a happy birthday to our beloved Didi, Shrimati Champaji, who is celebrating her birthday. Champa is a very wonderful devotee of our Mandir as well, my friends. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it here today. But my friends, is one individual that whenever there is any occasions happening, you know, this is the kind of devotees that comes to share in the Rang Mandir. All she says is, make a phone call, tell me if you need something, and I will make sure that I'm here to assist in every which way possible. Champaji, we miss you dearly, and may Bhagwan's grace and blessings be upon you as you celebrate this wonderful milestone in your life on your birthday. Also, my friends, today we're also celebrating the birthday of our beloved Didi, Shrimati Vidya Ji, who's also celebrating her birthday. Vidya, it is always a privilege and pleasure to be in your company, and I know that we all miss you very dearly. I know that you're working, or you're either, because of the pandemic, that you couldn't be in the satsang, and I know that we all miss you very dearly, and may Bhagwan's grace and blessings be upon you as you celebrate this wonderful day as well. On behalf of myself, all the devotees of the Mandir, including your loving family, we want to say happy birthday to you. Also, devotees, we want to say happy birthday to Bhaiji Neville. Neville is his Canadian name, but his real name is Ram Charan. Sorry, devotees. I must say, Bhaiya, thank you so much. You are at the Mandir here this morning. God's grace and blessings. Happy birthday to you. May you have many more birthday devotees. This is an individual that left all the way close to Alliston and come to satsang at the Mandir here. I think he deserves a great round of applause for that. You know, the sacrifice and the effort that he makes to come to be part of satsang. It's either one, he likes Pandit Manny, Pandit Mohan, and Pandit Vishnu. All right?
I think you like the food. Like the food. The food.
And sorry, devotees, see what cameraman speak, we gotta be nice to him, otherwise you can cut me off, right? So, my friends, so today I want to say, Bhaiya, thank you so much for being part of satsang and to come out even in all of this that is happening, yet the emphasis that is being made for you to be in the satsang. How blessed and grateful we are to have you and your entire family come out and join us in the satsang. May God grace and blessings be upon you from all of us of the Mandir here, and also to your extended family who's also here. We want to say happy birthday. And devotees, you know, it says there's a very beautiful vocabulary that's been written, and it says that a man puts everybody in front of a camera. The cameraman puts everybody in front of the camera, but he himself never gets to be in the portraits. So today I want to say happy birthday to a cameraman at the Mandir, Bhaiya Kumarji. Happy birthday to you. Let's give him a great round of applause, my friends. He has been doing a phenomenal, fabulous job with all the camera and all the effects that you're seeing that is spinning around and all these things that's happening. My friends, I must say, happy birthday to you, Kumar. It is always a blessing to be in your company, and so much so that you plaster me so much on all this program that we have at the Mandir. I must say God's grace and blessings to you, and also, my friends, the effort that he puts into all of this is phenomenal. Just to make our Mandir shines out there, I must say what a blessing it is. My friends, and this is what, my friends, this is what dedication is all about, is that when we dedicate and we take pride in doing what we do. And so today, Kumarji, may Bhagwan shower His choicest blessings upon you. And I know that the time you spend away from your family as well, may your family be blessed, because to be here and to prepare yourself and to get everything going in this Mandir, it is not an easy task. And times that you will take time off your work just to make sure that things are okay here at the Mandir from a digital standpoint, so that we can have everything up and running properly. So today, on behalf of all of us, we want to say God's grace and blessings be upon you. We have many, many more birthdays to come. And my friends, as I understand, Kumar is inviting all of you at the back of the Mandir for a little chutney session later on, right? Is that everything else? God's grace and blessings. Happy birthday to you. Also, my friends, today we are also celebrating the birthday of a very, very wonderful brother of mine, Panditjee Manny, who is all the way in Montreal. He is celebrating his birthday as well. He is a very, very close relative of mine and also a wonderful brother. We speak usually on a weekly basis. I want to say happy birthday to you. And as I know, my friends, Panditjee Manny also looks at our program all the way in Montreal, and sometimes he calls and makes comments to me and tell me how fabulous and how beautiful all of our Pandits and all the devotees and the Kirtan Mandali of this Mandir is. So I want to say happy birthday to you, my brother, and definitely later on today I will be making a phone call to you. So may God's grace and blessings be upon you as you celebrate this wonderful, wonderful time of birthdays today as well. And so devotees, this is where this morning's katha is now going to take us. All these individuals who are celebrating, my friends, I want to say on behalf of myself and all the Pandits of this Mandir, Pandit Mohanji, Pandit Vishnu, myself, and I see this morning I have our young Pandit Adesh is also here with us. I want to say that hide the back that will remind us here. God's grace and blessings here. And so, my friends, this morning we're going to look into the Mahashiv Puran. I know usually we go to various kathas, but this morning I want to take this particular look into the Mahashiv Puran at a wonderful verse that has been depicted. And this morning, Katha devotees, is how does one accept God in our lives? How do we do that? We know everything in life. We can accept, if you win the lottery, all of you know to accept the lottery winning, no? Right? If we're going to eat, we know how to accept food. But how do we accept God in our lives? And here it is. If you want to find the answer, then these answers can be found into our scriptures. devotee. Aap Sankate ko, he says, Nashak ke Shankar hai, the devotees, is that all we have to do is very, very simple. To accept God within yourself, all you have to do is believe that God is the dispeller of all of our crises in our lives. All you have to do is believe that. Believe that Bhagwan is going to dispel everything that is occurring in your life that is negative. He says that we have to convince ourselves that He will give us, the willpower to overcome the obstacles in our life. Too many times, devotee, we fail to include God in our problems. When we got problem, devotees, seriously, as human beings on this earth, when you get problem, what's the first thing you do? Huh? Many of us, when you get problem now, the first people you complain to, you go to Bell Canada. You pick up your phone, take it out, here what happened. Right? How many of us devotees do we, when we have issues and problems in our life, the first thing we do is we go to our altar and say, Bhagwan, I don't know what is happening in my life. Please help me. You see, devotees, it said that many of us, we fail to include Bhagwan in our problems, in our difficulties. We fail to realize that He is, devotees, the cure to all of our problems. And this is where, devotees, many of us, we fall down because we fail to gain that strength from God to move forward. He says, for this Lord, devotees, the scripture tells us, He says here, devotees, Vigana Vinashana Mangalakaran, devotees, He is Vigana Vinashana Mangalakaran. He is, devotees, the cause of all of our well-being and our success in our life. This Bhagwan that you're going to accept within your heart, devotees, He is the cause of your success. He is the cause, devotees, that when you overcome the difficulties in your life, it is that Lord who's helping you to overcome that difficulties. And He says that, devotees, when the situations are overcome in our lives, it is because of Bhagwan. And this is why, devotees, it is because of Him, and we have to say to ourselves and convince ourselves. You see, devotees, many times things happen in our life and we think we are the cause of it. He says here, devotees, for the Lord declares in chapter 10 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, devotees, in the 8th verse of chapter 10, Bhagwan Krishna declares in the Bhagavad Gita, what did He tell us? Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Radhe Narayana Hare devotees, chapter 10, verses 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Everybody repeat after me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Mataha sarva prabhartate. Iti matve bhajante mam buddha bhava samvitata. And so devotees here. Now, look how beautiful Allah speaks. Panditjee, when you think they speak very good Sanskrit. And here it is telling us that our loving Lord is encouraging all of us. He says here, the devotees, my child, look how beautiful Bhagavan is. He said, my child, I want you to know this, that I am the source of all creation. Devotee, there is nothing in this world that God didn't create. He says, I am the source of all creation, spiritual and material. Bhagavan was very precise. Spiritual, it says that every time you sit and you do righteous and kind act, you take a pool, put it to the feet of Bhagavan. He says that I am the source of that. I am the source of all the material things that we've accomplished in our lives. The job you have, the education you receive, the car you drive, the clothes you wear. He says all of these things are material. He says, on top of everything, Bhagavan emphasis on this one. I says, and I also made you in this world. And he says that devotees, I made your mother, I made your father, I made your friend, I made devotee the spouse that you have. All of this I have created just for you. But devotees, and he says here, he says that, and devotees, if Bhagavan, now let me take this one step further. If Bhagavan made all of this, don't you think he knows everything about the thing he made? If you make Mahabod, don't you know everything that goes in Mahabod, Reshmaji? I know you make Mahabod yesterday, right? You see devotees? If you make Mahabod, you know everything that is in that Mahabod. So similarly, if God made all of us, doesn't he know everything about us? Of course he does. And this is why devotees, he knows devotees where you are. He knows what you're doing. He knows devotees the happiness in your lives. And likewise devotee, he also knows the difficulties that you're going through. And if you need me, devotees, Bhagavan is informing us. And if you need me, not as in Panditjee, but if you need Bhagavan, then all you have to do, devotee, is iti matve bhajante mam. Right? All you know bhajan mean, right? So you can make up that now for yourself. Iti matve bhajante mam. The devotees call upon me, sing, glorify me, engage in my devotion, and accept me into your hearts. Devotees, too many times we have all seen miracles happen before our eyes. Isn't that true? So much miracles happen. And devotees, one of those great miracles is when you see we can celebrate our birth. It is a miracle. Because what certainty is there in our life today? What certainty is there, devotees, for us to say that tomorrow I will wake up and see the rising sun? This is why devotee accepting God is so important in our lives. And similarly, devotees, too many times we see difficulties and sadness also happening everywhere around us. But my question is, how do we act when good things happen in our life, devotee? When good things happen, how do you act? Huh? Stand up on one foot and dance when good things are happening. Devotees, I must say, it is definitely a privilege to have Dr. Ragnath and Dr. Devi here joining us into satsang this morning with their wonderful, beautiful daughter. And this Monday didn't hear her voice in this Monday for a long time singing. So I must say how beautiful it is to have your presence here with us this morning. And devotees, so the question here is, how do we act when happy moments come in our life? We all joy, we all rejoice, we stand up, we jump, we call, we do all kind of things. But devotees, when good thing happen in our life, what's the first thing we should do? Go to Bhagwan, thank you, Lord. That's the first thing we must do. Then God said, after you do that, stand up on one foot and jump and enjoy it. Right? See, devotees? So, when good things happen in our life, many times we fail to call upon Bhagwan. But devotees, but how do we react when not so good or bad things happen in our life? How do we react then? That is when, devotees, when good thing happen, you know, one guy told me back long ago, he told me in Blackbush, right? That's a capital of Guyana for those of you who don't know, right? He says to me, he said, Panditjee, you know when happiness is in his life, what you do? You go pray every day still. I must commend him for praying. But he said, you only put half banana in the Bhagwan when happiness is in it. But when sorrow and sadness come in his life, he go in front of Bhagwan and he get a whole bunch of banana and put in front. When somebody do that, that's like you're bribing Bhagwan, isn't that true? You think God will take bribe devotees? Absolutely not. So here it is telling us that devotees, when the not so good time comes in our life, then what do? We go and devotees, you look at a man who is happy, he goes before Bhagwan, Bhagwan, everything fine, you know, thank you so much, I'll see you in God. When sadness comes in your life, Jai Jagadika, hope you're hearing that, Jai Jagadishari, and now devotees start to relate. Devotees, when a good or bad is happening in your life, you must try to spend the same time at the altar. That's what I'm trying to point I'm making to you. Whether you're happy or whether you're sad, spend the same amount of time at the altar or in satsang or in Mandir. See, devotees? And here, you know, says that when good things is happening, devotees, we jump up, we smile, we laugh, we rejoice with great happiness. But when the crisis of our life comes, devotees, we tears and many times we conclude. This is what I'm saying, it was a typical situation that happened in the world. We conclude that devotees, you know, when such time comes, that God, why does it have to be so painful in my life? I do so much of devotees. Sometimes we hear people say this, so much good may do, but yet wrong thing happened to me. Huh? Many times you hear people say this. Devotees, I got news for you. Bad thing only happen to good people. It's true. Because people who bad, right? The bad thing happen to them like a good thing. Because they're bad already. Right? So here, devotees, it is telling us that obstacles will always be there, devotees, and it is going to be there to remind us. And I want you to pay attention to this. Bad things is going to happen, obstacles will be in our pathways, and that is only there to remind us that, you know, that great and more beautiful thing is ahead of us to come. That is what is there to remind us about. And here, devotees, in the Sri Ramacharita-manas of Goswami Tulsidas, here is Prabhu Shri Ram himself, what he tells us. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. is so beautiful. Prabhu Shri Ram is explaining this. In the Shri Ram Charitamanas, he's telling us that devotees, that he's informing us that whenever obstacle, Prabhu Shri Ram devotee, there's an individual that went through, Bhagwan himself, that went through so much obstacles. Isn't that true? Look at Shri Ramchandra. First of all, he was a prince, right? Because he was the son of a king. And devotees, secondly, he had to leave his home and go with his Guruji. Devotee, that was the good old days. Victoria, Nikita, all of my Shishadam that's in the Mandir here, right? He had to go with his Guruji, and then the Guruji would have actually taught them. Right? Now we pick up a phone and a teacher. Right? So here, devotees, on top of all of that, he returned back to Ayodhya, and only to find out, devotee, that he's going to be sent to exile in the forest to live. Can you imagine moving from being a prince, nice, saying I had a nice sponge bed, and now you go sleep directly on the ground. No shoes on your foot, no nothing like that. This, my friends, Bhagwan is telling us. He says, even though there is going to be obstacles will come into your life, all of you, and there isn't one of you who is sitting in this mandir, and those of you who are watching us on all the various platforms that are available right now, tell me you don't have an obstacle in your life. All of us have something that is causing some form of deviations in our life. And here he says, Bhagwan is telling you, however, devotees, however these, obstacles or incidents may have been caused, always remember, Bhagwan is telling you, always remember that Bhagwan will never leave you. You have to believe that. God will never leave you, my friends. Regardless of what you're going through, He will always be there with you. This is one of the reasons I always tell you this. This is one of the reasons when we pray, we clasp our hand and we look down and we pray. Why? Because Bhagwan is where? He is within you. That's where God is. So here it's telling us that Bhagwan will never leave you. Even if devotees, you plan that you want to leave Him. Can you leave something? Can you leave your head, devotees? Bhagwan like your head, He fastened on you. And He not going to wait. So here He's telling us that devotees, this Bhagwan devotees is for each and every one of us to understand that we need to perform worship. We need to remind ourselves that Bhagwan is always with us. And He's here for life, for your existence in this world. And He will always protect us from any and all harms that is going to come. Unfavorable conditions in our life, that Bhagwan will always be here with us. And He will protect us from the three folds, devotees, of the fiercest agony of life. In agonies, there's three folds of agonies in the scripture, or Shastras and the Vedantas teaching us this. He says in life there are three types of agony. And in Sanskrit, devotees, they are called, devotees, Trayatapa. And the first one is called Adhyatmic. And these are the three types of problems that we find in all of our lives. You look at our problems, they fall in this three category. Adhyatmic is mental or physical distress. He says, look into the world today. How many of us are going through mental and physical problems? That's adhyatmic devotee. Stress, pain, sickness, problems that cause mental strain. And physical as well. The second one, it's called Advaitika. It says that these are acts that is caused by the environment. Look in the world right now. heavy rainfall, hurricane, earthquakes, tsunamis, right? This is Advaitika. Fire, all of these things is happening. Is any of this thing I'm saying strange to anybody here? Right? And the third one is called Adibutic. Adibutic is pain caused by others. Someone caused pain and sufferings to you. And this one, devotees, can also be compounded into other types of agonies. You know, somebody lie against you, somebody do all kind of things to pull you down and to cause sufferings in your life. This is where somebody else is causing it upon you. So in life, these three types, devotees, of agony is always going to be around us. And the only way to help us in all of this, devotees, is we need to learn to accept something in our hearts that is greater than you and me. And devotees, it says here that these situations, accepting God into our hearts is one of those things that we must do. We must realize that this Lord, devotees, is always going to be within us and to give us the necessities so that our life can be fulfilled. And this is why we say that Bhagavan Shiva, devotees, sitting on Kailash, looking down upon us, and he says here, dum 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 dum, dum 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 dum, Shiva Shankar Kailash Pati, Yuga Yuga Soya Jeetai, Shiva Shankar Kailash Pati. blessings be upon you and for giving us this opportunity, this today devotees, this puja was sponsored so beautiful by the Sanchar family, and also all the bhojan was prepared today for our Mandir by our loving brother Shriman Nevilleji devotee. These are the types of individuals that comes into this Mandir to make sure that all of us are being taken care of in such a beautiful and loving way. And devotee, this is what I was talking about in all through this katha is, devotees, how do we accept God within ourselves? Is that when we start to perform, godly actions, and that is how one can see Bhagwan's grace and darshan within ourselves. See, devotees, if we're going to come to Mandir, then we need to be part of Mandir. It means that we must make, under all circumstances, try to make the sacrifice to be into satsang. For those of you who are watching us on Facebook from a distance and afar, and if you have any underlying health conditions, my friends, and you do not want to be in satsang, we understand and we want to share with you. For this, all of us here, devotees, want to be a part of your life and to be part of satsang with you. We're going to pray together, we're going to be happy together, and devotees, even in our sorrowful time, we will all still be together. And so, devotees, I want you to know, let's accept God within our hearts. And try it for this week, if you don't believe me. Try accepting. If you're going to say, Bhagwan Krishna is my God, devotees, you must speak to him like you and our Krishna is the best of friend. Right? And all if somebody talk to you, say, my Krishna. Right? Or my God. That is how you take ownership of it. Devotees, you know, like how we have our mother and our father, our brother and our sister? Now me, brother. Right? See, if you ask Nataliji, right? You say, this is me. Pardon? See? Say, me, Panditjee. Right? See, you take ownership of it. You know, this is my dad. This is my mom. This is my Bhagwan. And devotees, when you do that, then that shows profoundness into your Lord. That is accepting your Bhagwan. Right? And don't ever be afraid to tell anybody that that is my God. And so, devotees, here, Shiva will continue to speak to Parvati. And devotees, as he's speaking to Parvati, next week we'll hear another beautiful kahani where Bhagwan Shiva will speak to Parvati about those of us who accept me within their hearts, and devotees, the greatness that follows from there forward. Prem Sarosara Shiv Shankar Bhagwan Ki Jai. Devotees, we're going to go straight into Arti, so that I'll ask each and every one of you to please let us stand as we prepare for Arti. Om Yani Tani Sapapani Jantakatani Cha Tani Tani Vinushanti Prakshanaye Pare.
शांति पृथ्वी शांति रावा शांति ऋषिगण शांति वनस्पति शांति विश्वदेव शांति ब्रह्मा शांति सर्वं शांति शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ॐ शांति 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 हरि ओम. Shall we all bow? ॐ गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
प्रेम से बोलो कैलाशपति महाराज की जय। प्रेम से बोलो सत्य सनातन हरि धर्म की जय। सर्व सत्य की जय जय सीता। Devotees, let me take this opportunity. Thank you very, very much, all of you, for coming out and being part of beautiful satsang today. There's so many of you that is here that I want to call all of your name, but I must say that, my friends, Pandit love is with each and every one of you. I wish I could hug each and every one of you at this point. It's so beautiful to see that all of us in the congregation is starting to get filled once again. But I want you to understand this. And I want all of us to know that, remember, the pandemic is still around, and we must all remember that, my friends, that we must keep our face mask on and keep our social distancing. And most importantly, my friends, I also want to encourage all of you that make sure, if you haven't yet have your vaccination, please make sure that you have it as well. Devotees, I also want to encourage you that if you do not have your vaccine, I will strongly recommend that you do not come into satsang. All right? As you know, that the Ontario government is also prescribing a certification program to prove that you are vaccinated. And it is going to get to a point where we'll ask when you come into the Mandir to make sure that each and every one of you received your vaccine as well. My friends, this is a place of worship. I do not want anybody to get sick, because if you do, my friends, you don't know how hurt I will be. So my friends, I want you to please let us encourage to propagate it. Make sure that we practice all of the safety precautionary measures that we need to take in this time. It says this drastic time calls for drastic measurements, and we must take all the measurements required. I want all of you to come and feel as though when we're into satsang we have nothing to worry about. As you know, one of the protocol is that when you come into the Mandir, there has to be a log with everybody's name written and their phone numbers in there. So let us make sure that when you come in the Mandir, it is not that Pandit want to call you, right? I know you're weak for Pandit call anyways, but my friends, it is just a way to keep track, to trace if there's any situation that's occurred, then we can contact anybody and everybody who's into that particular satsang setting that we were in. So to today, devotees, I want to thank all of you for being part of satsang. Let us continue to, my friends, continue to support your Mandir, be part of satsang. And most importantly, my friends, I noticed that week after week, individuals are signing up to sit down for puja at the Mandir. Let us continue to do that as well. And my friends, today, I want you to, after receiving your arti, your panchamrit, and your prasadam, which is already prepared for you, devotees, there's also bhojan that is prepared by the entire family. Please make sure that you take a parcel, because remember, right now we're not serving upstairs anymore, so take a parcel before you leave as well. I must thank all of you. Please, I commend each and every one for being to satsang. As I encourage all of you as well, those of you who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, if you need some parsad, please put a little comment there, and Pandit and put your address, and Pandit will make sure parsad come to your home as well if you really want some parsad. I know many of us haven't eaten any for the longest while, so my friends, if you do, just let us know, and we'll be happy to drop it off for you. Also, my friends, all of you that is here, I will encourage you, let us continue to share their site so all and everyone can have an opportunity to worship with us on the Sunday morning. So just give them a taste of it. If you haven't done so yet, my friends, continue to do that and share this link of the Shri Harinarayan Mandir with everyone so that they can all have an opportunity to share in the glories of God. Pray Sa Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Until next week Sunday. Jai Shri Ram.